Expecting something he'd never seen before, the judge made a split decision.
It was just a reaction. I mean, it was just my immediate thought was, got to get these guys.
This is Shawn Brown, who is facing charges of aggravated murder, tampering with evidence, and gross abuse of a corpse in the murders of his girlfriend, Tisha Lattimore, and her 3-year-old son, Nilo. Brown stabbed Lattimore and left her in her apartment for several days before putting her in a body bag and throwing her into the river. He threw Nilo into the river as well, although the boy was alive at the time. His body was never recovered. Tonio Hughes, Nilo's father, is enraged that Brown is trying to get out of the death penalty. If the court isn't going to get justice for his son, he's willing to take action himself.
Look Shawn Brown in the eye right now. I would say to him, Shawn Brown, you deserve nothing less but the death penalty.
Hughes doesn't regret his actions and tries to get back to Shawn to finish the job. Brown was deemed fit to face the death penalty, and he will do so in an upcoming trial.
Base, can we get back up in 560 now?
Chill out, dude. Taking it.
The swift movement of Hughes was understandable, even if it caught the court by surprise. What shouldn't have come as a shock to anyone was Cody Howard and Tanner Jacobson's mad dash for freedom. The defendants are Tanner Jacobson and Cody Howard. They are being charged with driving on suspended licenses, and they face 30 days in jail.
He's like, I'm gonna run.
Handcuffed and dressed in full jail garb, they took off. First Cody, then Tanner.
I said, what am I doing? What did I just do? I gotta go with it now. There's nothing, I can't stop right here. There's nothing I could do now. I'm screwed.
Witnessing something he'd never seen before, the judge made a split decision.
It was just a reaction. I mean, it was just my immediate thought was, got to get these guys.
The judge went in pursuit of Howard and Jacobson, who were heroin addicts panicked at the thought of being without the substance for a month.
Bolting out of the courtroom, he gave chase, not knowing if he'd catch up.
I just wanted to at least follow them, find out where they went so they could be apprehended.
Flying down 3 flights of stairs, Tanner made his exit first.
I only get like 4 blocks and then I stop. I just stopped on my own. I'm like, what am I doing right now?
Back in the stairwell, Cody wasn't as lucky. The judge had caught up.
Give him a little shove to slow him down and then just grab him and we kind of fall out the door and hold him until law enforcement got there.
Why did they run? Well, that was my question.
It was just a split second decision. I don't even know why I did it. I would be out of here if I wouldn't have ran.
I didn't try to escape to get out. I tried to escape to get well, and I tried to do what I could, do what I could do to get my drug addiction.
It's a split-second decision made by a judge after a poor decision made by 2 inmates.
They made things a lot worse. It's never a good idea to run.
Their attempt cost them more than they realized. Instead of the previous 30-day sentence, Howard was sentenced to 6 years in prison, while Jacobson was sentenced to a year and a day. Lindy Jones is facing charges of manslaughter in the shooting death of 18-year-old Willie Fields. In 2019, Lindy Jones shot Willie Fields 3 times in the back and once in the head, instantly killing the young man. Jones and Fields did not know one another, and no reason was given for Jones's motivation. Listening to his grief-stricken wife describing the loss of their son,
Your Honor, I just want to let you know just what they took from me. They took away my only child. It's been so hard.
Willie Fields Sr. snaps and rushes to attack Jones. Fields is restrained and escorted from the room. He will be charged with contempt, but Fields doubtless considers that a small price to pay. Jones tried to lunge for Fields, but was easily stopped because of his restraints. He was sentenced to 35 years in prison. Fields is just one of many family members of victims who take one last chance to strike their own blow for justice. Jeremiah Hartley's position is a bit more unique. He is related to both the defendant and the victim. Quin Bose is charged with felony domestic battery for the death of his infant son, Parker. He claimed that the boy stopped breathing while the two of them were taking a nap, but the autopsy revealed blunt force trauma. The man that just attacked Bose is his brother, Jeremiah Hartley, who loved his nephew deeply. Hartley was slapped with a charge for contempt of court, although he was not in the courtroom at the time. He was forced to serve 179 days in jail. Bose was sentenced to 20 years in prison. Being attacked by a distraught family member is startling enough, but what about when the entire family joins in? That was a situation that Wendell McNeil got to experience firsthand. Wendell McNeil was out of prison for a work release program. He had 2 years left on a 3-year sentence for a gun crime. While unsupervised, he stabbed 24-year-old Alan Michael Walker to death. Walker's family isn't letting up, and the officers are struggling to pry them away from McNeil. McNeil pleaded guilty to second-degree manslaughter in exchange for 7.5 to 15 years in prison.